Erik, I know this was supposed to be Vic's sort of first full practice. Was it a full practice?
Yes, yes, it was. I think it was helpful not only to Vic, but it continues to be helpful for Billy and Trevor. Um, and we haven't had these opportunities too often, and you just have to try to maximize it as much as possible.
Andre was just in here saying that he thinks the transition is easier.
Yeah, how could you not notice it? Vic literally did not have a shoot around. We got back and basically walked through a handful of things and threw him out there in the starting lineup. And he was able to fit in, very well. Um, and his instincts defensively are spectacular. With Belly and Trevor, they are seasoned veterans that play a specific role. And I think Trevor's role, probably at least for the last decade, has been mostly the same on every team. And with us, that's what we always respected about him. And we've been able to just to plug and play him in his exact role that he's had so much success with. So I think really it's just about getting his legs under him and getting used to new teammates. Same thing with Belly. He's been a professional basketball player for a long time and played in a lot of different kinds of systems. I think that just helps your overall IQ and ability to fit in the different programs.
Recently, we had one game Goran missed. He came back. Andre spoke today as if he is now good after missing his game. I'm curious, with a compacted schedule and a bunch of 30-somethings on your roster, do you have to look at, I know you don't want to use the term, but I'll use it, load management, just maybe every now and then with an older group of players? Thank you.
We definitely will not use that term. And not for right or wrong, better or worse. Look, we'll make these decisions on a day-to-day, case-by-case basis. What we are really going to try to balance is the big picture and how guys are feeling and making sure that guys aren't playing at a deficit that could be harmful.
Thank you.
Next, we have Tim Reynolds.
Hey, Erik, I'm sorry I missed the first couple of minutes. You may have been asked this already, but you will have very few of these days left this season. How nice was it to have a traditional practice?
Yeah, even if we didn't have another segment like this, I think this one and the one in New York, we were able to get a day off where guys are able to recover and get some rest and get treatment, and then have a practice at this time of year. Even if you didn't have new guys, you can get a lot accomplished. And we were able to clean up some things. And I know, our three new guys really wanted to have this time to be able to practice and connect with the guys. And we'll just continue to build and move forward.
How much extra time do you kind of have to build in? I mean, they're all vets, but when you bring in new guys that but you don't really know, like how do you build in the time to sort of foster your own relationships with them?
We'll have a time enough, to do it. I've already been able to connect with Trevor, a decent amount. We go on the road in a week. Those times are usually good for everybody, just to kind of, get away and connect with each other. We have plenty of time, for that. And everybody also knows, why they're here, and I think that helps bring clarity to the whole situation.
You have so many defensive-minded guys, switchable guys. Is there any inkling or thought to dialing it down a little bit so there's not so much help and there's not so many, three-point shooters open if the team can make the pass? Or is that aggression defensively just so much of who this team is that you don't really want to tinker with it, even despite the defensive upgrades?
Yeah, I would probably use the word activity. We're not going to dial that back at all. We want the multiple efforts. We want the disruptiveness. We want guys to be extremely active. We're at our best when we're disrupting teams out of what they want to do. And part of that is speeding them up, getting them out of their comfort zone and letting our guys make plays. This is a different defensive system, much different than and it doesn't matter, it's irrelevant, but from a system we were using 3 years ago. And I think, for the last, 2 or 3 months, we've been defending the 3-point line more efficiently in a league where everybody's trying to figure it out. It's not like anybody has the solution for that. It's challenging with the skill and shooting and spacing and all of that, on a consistent basis, night in, night out, make it, tough for defenses, regardless of what your system is.
Just one more thing. I was looking at the end of the schedule for the end of the season, and now with the play-in tournament, there's almost a week gap between last regular season day and when the first round could start if you're not in the play-in tournament.
Yeah.
Have you actually looked at that and thought that, I can actually get it?
I thought it was a misprint on my calendar. My assistant gave it to me. It'd be almost like a throwback to the late 90s when I remember we used to go to training camp up in Boca, before the playoffs. We won't be doing that, but we'll see. We still have time to plan that out.